What psychological methods are existing to enhance our communication or to enhance our speaking abilities?
So, first of all, Ashim, I think when it comes to learning or initiating, embarking on any of your learning journeys, it's not just about English. Anything, be it gym, your any, if you want to learn any tools, any application, even if you want to go on a diet, even your English journey. First and foremost, prepare yourself mentally. Train your mind that yes, now I have to embark on a learning journey. So here earlier I used to say when learners they would come and ask, ma'am, I just have one question. Will I be fluent speaker in 2 months, 3 months? I never had this answer, but now I understand that this
Mm.
is something, it's not their fault.
So, why do parents and teachers unknowingly damage a child's confidence sometimes?
Most of the time. Most of the time.
So, hello everyone, you guys are watching Asim Talk Tide, and today I am with you, Asim, and we have an amazing guest, Vinie Ma'am. So, Vinie Ma'am, I would really like to welcome to my channel, Asim Talk Tide. So, tell me, how what's your day today? How are you progressing?
Thank you so much, Ashim, for having me on your channel. And it's it's a great day. So far, it has been good, and I'm sure it's going to be amazing since we'll be having some productive conversation, I believe. Right?
I hope
So the
so.
day has been good, and I believe it's going to be better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love
Yes.
this positivity actually. I love this positive energy towards you.
Same. That's what I got from you, right?
Oh.
And I got energized. Thank you so much for that. Yeah.
Okay, so I have one question for you, by the way. Just a quick question that is, how actually you feel that much energetic all the time? Like, I have been watching your videos for a long time, so all the videos, you look like quite energetic. So, what's the secret behind it?
Okay. All right. I just hope I won't catch any evil eye after this because I generally catch it the day I start laughing and just being energetic and all. Next day I either I get sick or something. Although I have stopped believing in the concept of evil eye and all these things, Ashim. To be
I
honest,
see.
but to be very honest, if you talk about how I stay energetic, how I maintain this energy, this is something, even if I was dull just 2 to 3 minutes ago, or maybe 10 minutes before this session, once I get in touch with someone, I think that energy pops up. That I get that kick. Immediately I get that kick. And I think that's God's grace, nothing more than that. So I'm here
I
today. I'm
exactly agree.
excited, and you can see that energy on my face, in my voice, everywhere. So that's how it is.
I love this. I actually really love this. When it comes to have a conversation to someone who is feeling energetic, and literally, that means we have mutual, energy. It has just merged and it is coming out in a very different way. And I love this actually. Okay,
Absolutely. Yeah.
so, as you are for the first time on my YouTube channel, I know a bunch amount of audience already know to you. So, just those who are seeing to you for the first time, could you please break down or highlight your introduction for my audience?
Yeah, definitely. So let's get started with it.
Yes, sir.
So, my name is Vinita. In short, Vinny. My students, they fondly call me Dia Ma'am. That's how the channel's name goes, English with Vinny
Mm,
Dia. I hail
okay.
from a very small town, beautiful, peaceful town located on the bank of River Narmada. It is Narmadapuram from Madhya Pradesh. Academically, I'm CA finalist, that is Chartered Accountancy, CS professional, that's company secretary, masters in economics. Additionally, I hold certification in public speaking and soft skills.
Wow.
Professionally, I'm a communication coach and soft skill trainer. It's been more than 10 years I have been in this field of teaching. I started back in the year 2014 when I started teaching CA students. I this journey of communication coach. It started back in the year 2020. It's been 2019. It's been more than
Mm-hmm.
6 years now, 7 years, and I have tutored more than 11,000 students so far from diverse backgrounds, right from kindergarten till senior citizens, from chartered accountants till army personnel. And it has been a fulfilling journey. Whatever I am, I feel as a person, I have completely transformed being a teacher and being in interaction with so many people. Additionally, I'm a budding content creator. I have this small YouTube channel, English with Vinie. Yeah, in my spare time, I can say I love exploring places. I'm a travel enthusiast, big time travel enthusiast. I'm an art enthusiast. I'm in all kinds of art. Additionally, I love spending time in nature, dance, meditation, yoga. That's who I am, and that's a little bit about me.
Wow, that's really amazing. Just phenomenal introduction I have ever had. Like I have ever listened.
Okay.
Literally, this was really amazing actually. And you were so creative, and you mentioned you have taught or you have helped 11,000 of students. I like, oh, it's crazy.
More than that, definitely more than that. Yeah.
Really crazy. You were so experienced, and that is showing in your speaking, the way you were just. I love the harmonic conversation, the way you speak, the sound effect, the warm voice modulation you have always. That's really exceptional, amazing.
Thank you so much, Ashim. This is too much to digest for me.
Actually, you deserve it. I love that.
Thank
Literally, I love to follow your videos. All the videos I love to watch because of the way you speak, the way you articulate, the way you use that warm voice modulation. Even when it comes to, for me, to talk to the people, I also love to use that warm voice modulation. What I know about warm voice modulation, that is just a bit smile tone, right? If I'm not wrong. Yes.
Absolutely. And you have it. In my
Oh,
in our previous conversation also, I mentioned you already have it, right? So again, as you mentioned, harmonious conversation. Yes,
yeah.
that's the main point. Having a harmonious conversation is above all. Once
Yes.
that energy, that vibe matches, then you are good to go. You can speak for hours, I think.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like,
All right. So let me introduce myself too. Actually, what
absolutely.
I believe that I in a previous conversation, I love to. I don't know. I just skip my introduction part, but I think this is important. So many new
Yes.
audience, they just click the video. So for them and for a lot of people, I just would like to highlight my introduction here. So hello everyone. My name is Asim Sarkar, and I'm from West Bengal, Darjeeling. And currently, I have been working as a spoken English trainer for last few years. And meanwhile, I have been continuing my studies too. And if I talk about or highlight my hobbies, when I just get some leisure time and feasible time, I indulge myself into trekking, traveling, and I am a music and singing enthusiast. I love to sing. When I was 2 years old, since then I'm singing. I'm into singing actually. And yeah, that's pretty much about myself, I would say.
Wow. And I think Bengalis and music, art, dance, you guys have some unbreakable bond. I don't know how. I really don't understand all of you, whether that person is an aspirant or a working professional, even a businessman, a student, anyone. Definitely, you have that touch of art, dance,
True,
music, these things with you. Am I
true,
right,
true.
Ashim?
Absolutely, you're true.
Right?
Except I would say dancing, I am not
Yeah.
a professional dancer, but when it comes to music, I love to dance actually. And if I talk about, I was into sketch and art, I would say.
Hmm.
But still, if I talk about the singing, it's continuing. And I really have been enjoying it. And each and every Bengalis, they have that singing blood circulations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So good to hear about you. Even I knew a little bit, but yes, thank you so much for introducing
You
yourself.
know a lot of things about Bengalis. As I
Yes,
have seen your comment box, one of your students he just commented on your on our actually conversation videos, and he mentioned already that you know already a lot of things about Bengalis. I love that. I love that.
absolutely. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. All
So,
right.
what's on your mind today, Ashim? May I know? Is there anything
Yeah.
specific on mind, or let's
Of
just go
course,
with the
I
flow?
have such. It will go with the flow because I love to go with the flow, but I have some specific topic today. Topic I will not say is something we all know about the four key points, the traditional methods to learn this language. But I believe strongly to have a good communication skill and learning this language, we need to focus on the psychological base, method. So I would like to know from your side what psychological methods are existing to enhance our communication or to enhance our speaking abilities.
Great, great. So when it comes to speaking, right, it's not just about once you go attend sessions, paid classes, unpaid
Mm,
classes, then only you can learn. First of all, first and foremost is the psychology that you carry along,
true.
right? So, if I'm not wrong, that's the question.
Yes,
How you
exactly.
can prepare yourself psychologically
Exactly.
so that you can have a great command over this language. If not great command, at least a good start,
Sure.
right? So, first of all, Ashim, I think when it comes to learning or initiating, embarking on any of your learning journeys, it's not just about English. Anything, be it gym, your any, if you want to learn any tools, any application, even if you want to go on a diet, even your English journey. First and foremost, prepare yourself mentally. Train your mind that yes, now I have to embark on a learning journey, right? I'll give you two examples here. Let's say there are two students, A and B. Now, student A, although that student is not very much ready financially, okay, maybe because of financial constraints, or he's deprived of resources, right? He's unable to pay, but mentally he's ready, he's set that whenever Ashim sir or Vinie ma'am will be coming up with the next batch, next session, I'll collect so and so amount and I'll be joining his or her session. And he starts preparing himself. How preparing himself? Let's say practicing introduction, that maybe they will be asking some things about me, so let me have something, some decent command over my introduction. They start practicing self talks, or they start reading books, they go through vocabulary. Why? Because that is the pre preparation phase, right? That is the initial. They are training themselves psychologically that I am going to start with a journey. Number one, student A. Student B, he has everything, good money, time, everything, but he hasn't prepared himself psychologically. He's just like, okay, I have to go attend the session. That's all. Student B comes to your session, pays you right on day one, attends sessions really well, but he is not yet ready that I have to learn this language not just in the session, but after the session as well, before the session as well. It's not just about a 30 minutes to 60 minutes session. It's about how you work before and after that also. And that needs psychological treatment. How? You have to be ready, you have to be prepared, you have to stay in that environment, you have to indulge yourself into it. Indulging, very important, because Ashim, I
Mm,
have seen many students, they come, they attend the sessions, but they cannot see the desired progress or results because they are not indulged into it.
true.
Indulging yourself, very important. Diving deep into it, very important. You cannot expect 100% results just out of 60 minute or 30 minutes session. Not possible. You have to be ready, you have to prepare yourself, you have to train yourself psychologically that now I am going to start a completely new journey, right? Suppose
True.
if you are if you hit the gym, let's suppose, Ashif,
Mhm.
you go there for 1 hour every day, you do every possible thing, but after that you don't indulge yourself into it. You have all the junk food, you have all the other things, oily, everything, it's not going to work on your body. It is going to give you partial results. What
True.
I mean with training yourself psychologically is before joining anything, specifically if we talk about English language, if you are joining any course, if you're joining any paid, unpaid sessions, first prepare yourself, train your mind that I have to start with this learning journey, and the contribution is going to be 50-50. 50 will be of my trainer, 50 is going to be mine, or also 60 is going to be mine. And I have to completely indulge myself into it. I have to create the necessary surrounding, that environment where I can completely be uh, in this language. Anything, English, diet, gym, weight loss, learning any AI tools, whatever. First, train your mind that I have to be in it, I have to learn it. Set your deadline, set your goals, work on it. Don't simply depend on 30 minutes, 50 minutes session. That's what is important. I know I could not give a very specific answer. I just tried to explain through an example, but that is something that actually works.
Absolutely. And people, they can feel it the way the way you have highlighted the example, they can completely feel it. And here I just want to add one example, that is expectation, right? The word is quite negative, but if we think it negatively, right? But the word can be the expectation word can be a positive word. How? If we expect something from ourselves, right? So what I want to say here, just the students, those want to take some classes, paid classes, just expect something from yourself. Don't expect from the paid classes. And as a trainer mode or as a learner's mode, of course, I would like to expect something from myself. As a trainer, I will give my best. And as a student, you also must have to give your 100%. That is truly matter. Not just only depend on the classes. And that is really, if I look back my memories, see, when I started my journey, I was not only depending on the classes, I also did so many self practices, and that is matter. And I am improving here. Of course, the paid classes that I'm having, that is my mentor is not improving here. It's my motive to improve here. So, of course, I have to do some self practices. That is important. And sometimes, I think most of time that my students or other learners, what I have seen, they just come with some expectations. Sir, I will give you whatever money is needed for you. I will give you whatever you want. But I want to become a fluent speaker exactly like you within 3 months. So this is a psychological problem. They have to be prepared. They have to be aware about the psychological process, that what should be the psychological thing. See, a lot of people, they laugh at me because of I express this quote line, that is, never expect about your result. Just keep continuing. Take it as a hobby. I know initial point of view, we don't take it as a hobby, but when we start our journey, in mid between of our journey, we feel connected with it, and that become like a hobby, right? So enjoy the process, and trust, believe in the process. Of course, one day we'll receive the result. I'm expected about my result. In reality, and to be honest, I'm never expected about my result. I'm going with the flow. I'm just enjoying. That's what I believe.
Wonderful. See, one thing, I used to say this thing earlier, that you should never think about within how many months am I going to learn,
Hmm.
because I have realized this as a person, as a learner. When we pay certain amount, or when we are in dire need, when English or your communication skills become the need of the hour, what
Hmm.
happened at that time, Ashim? There is some burden lying over your shoulders, right?
True.
In
True.
that case, you're always expecting results, ma'am,
True.
because you
True.
are in dire need. You have
Hmm.
paid for it, right? You
True.
need results. You expect results. You cannot
True.
understand, means you are not in a situation to understand that it is just a journey. It is just an entire journey. No one is going to listen to you. Even if they listen, yes, sir, okay, this is a journey. But deep inside, they feel
True.
it's an emergency for me. How can I wait for 1 year, sir? Right? They expect, we are living in this AI. era where you get results within seconds.
It's like it, yeah.
People are becoming highly impatient, unfortunately. Highly impatient. So how can they wait for 1 year to come to learn English when
True.
it is the need at their workplace, when it is their dire need, right? Their promotion
True.
is at stake, their job is at stake. They cannot wait. But somehow, this is my message that students should understand: teacher, trainer, they can train you. You have to cooperate with them. You have to train yourself psychologically that I also have to contribute. I have to work hard. If I need results, I have to work on it. It's not just you expect in 30-minute session, I'll get everything that I need. And for other 23 hours, you forget about it. No, that's not right. You have to surround yourself with it. Setting deadlines, setting goals. Okay, that's fine. That's perfect. You can do it. You can set bigger goals, take baby steps to achieve it. That's it. That's something you can do. So here earlier I used to say when learners used they would come and ask, ma'am, I just have one questions. Will I be fluent speaker in 2 months, 3 months? I never had this answer, but now I understand
Mm,
that this
mm,
is something, it's not their fault. Like, right? They're in that situation where they're expecting quick results.
mm.
So we should make them understand that yes, I'll try my best. Try to work on you, but you have to cooperate. It may take a longer time. Please embrace this process, enjoy it, and we'll be working together. Definitely.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what even I try to convey with my students too, even sometimes with myself too, because it's a human tendency. Because as you mentioned, we are paying something, right? The students, they are paying something amount, so they sometimes they can't afford that much. See, someone who want to take one-to-one session, and one-to-one session are quite pricey, I would say. Means absolutely, I'm giving my 1 hour, and they're having such classes with me for 30 minutes session or 60 minutes of session, so that they expect something that I'm and expending that amount of that much amount of money. So of course I need the result within this month. So I try to convince to my students that see, it will take time to process, but believe in the process. Of course they will achieve it. Means they must have to cooperate with us. And I would say I never face such challenges with my students. My students are very cooperative. They do the cooperation with me. I love that. So whoever is watching this video, and whoever of my students is watching this video, I'm so grateful towards them that they understand what I'm trying to say, but I try to
Really,
convince them. Yeah.
really. And even I am really fortunate when it comes to having students. So I always tell them, I always believe in the right person will find me. And I am always grateful. Some days I think, how could this person find me out of
True.
nowhere? And we are having this journey together. But that's how you are meant for them. They are meant for you. And that's how you
True.
find each other.
True.
So
Exactly. That's a
great thought,
process.
Ashim.
Yeah,
Yes. All
exactly.
right.
So yeah, now I'm just quickly ask you some certain questions that is gonna be a rapid fire session. So
Okay.
you have to complete your answer within 20 to 30 seconds. I know there is a deadline
It
that
should
you have to.
be easy. Okay.
It's very easy actually. The
Okay.
questions are quite relatable with the audience who are watching. They can really relate these questions.
Hmm.
Okay. So just tell me, why do people say I know English but I can't speak? What do you think?
I know English, but I can't speak.
Can't speak.
I
Yeah.
know English, but I can't speak, ma'am, because I have this fear of judgment. People around me, they keep judging me, and I'm always hesitant. Words don't come on mind. And ma'am, even words come, I don't know whether I'm speaking right or wrong. That's the answer.
Perfect. Perfect. I agree with you. Okay. Next one. Have we made English a language or a fear?
Have we made English a language
As
or
just like a language or a fear? Fear.
fair? F-A,
Fear. Fear.
fear.
Okay.
Okay. Have we made English just a language or a fear? I think depends from person to person, varies from person to person. For some, it's just a language, but
Hmm.
initially, for everyone, it's a fear. Initially, I'm saying.
True.
Once they get comfortable, then it's just a language for them.
Yeah, true. So why do confident people sound smarter even when they know less English?
Hey, confidence is the key. Right. Even if you speak incorrect English, grammatically wrong, whatever. If you're confident, remember people are going to listen to you, they'll give
Hmm.
you attention, and you can easily grab them.
True.
Confidence is the key always.
I just realize it even with every steps in between the 3 years of my journey.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
yeah. So the next question, why do we rehearse conversation perfectly in our mind but struggle in real life?
Why do we rehearse conversation?
Perfectly in our mind. So when it comes to have a conversation in our mind, so we are very perfect. We feel that yeah, in my mind I can understand, I can have the conversation very smoothly like a butter. But when it comes to in real life conversation, we felt difficulties.
Ah, okay. Because I think here the energy of the other person matters a lot. The person with whom you are getting in touch, if that person is subtle and kind of mellow, soft spoken, gentle, kind towards you, that process, those words, it flows. But if you think that person is a bit tricky, arrogant, or maybe hard,
Mm-hmm.
again you start
True.
that fear instantly creeps in. So that really matters. This is one of the reasons. Yeah.
True, true, true. One more thing that I want to highlight here. This is the perfect time actually. So I think once you had a conversation with Rajni ma'am in the previous month, if I'm not wrong,
Yes.
and you mentioned that the questions. How did you Rajni? Means how did you find out this kind of questions? You just asked to Rajni ma'am. The questions were something different, like kind of hypothetical and fictional. So actually, the questions I asked to Rajni ma'am, and Rajni ma'am just replicate all those questions to you. And actually, the questions were really good. I think you can bring back the memories once you had a conversation. I think the previous month or the back of
Yes.
the previous month, but still I can remember that. The questions
So
were really great.
so all the questions asked by Rajni, first
I
you
asked
asked
Rajni
her.
ma'am. Yes, on
Okay,
my channel.
before that conversation.
Yes, I asked
Oh,
for my channel.
okay. Those questions were amazing, I must say, right? I
The
appreciated
question,
her.
yeah. Actually, the questions were really amazing. When I just like analyzing the questions, and I was be like, oh goodness, the questions were really amazing, and this is the perfect time. I got a chance to have a conversation with Rajni ma'am, so this is the perfect time. Even I asked one more question to Rajni ma'am, that if you just give your introduction without saying your name, without saying your nationality, without saying your hobby, your profession. So how do you like to give your introduction? So that if I also replicate the same question towards you, so how do
Oh
you
goodness.
highlight it?
Okay, say it again. Say it again. I actually
Okay,
got
okay,
distracted. Yeah.
okay. So basically, the question is that normally we just give our introduction by saying our name, by saying our nationality, by saying or highlighting our hobbies and other things, right? So here I'm asking to you, just give your introduction without saying your name, without saying your nationality, without saying your profession, your hobbies, the normal way you introduce ourselves. Exactly, you have to remove that part or disappear that part. You have to introduce yourself in a very different manner.
Okay. Okay. This is a bit tricky. I don't know how will I able to do
Basically, a
that.
simple line which is just say your personality. What kind of personality you are?
Happy go lucky. Happy
Wow,
go lucky. I'm a person live and let live. Simple.
wow.
Yes.
I
So
love this.
these two things. Just
By the way,
very simple words.
one more thing. So I believe strongly that when it comes to in front of my relatives, I feel introvert. I consider myself as an introvert person. But when it comes to in front of any strangers, any new people, I feel so excited. Kind of, I'm a talkative person. So that the same thing happened with you, and overall, you were just extrovert.
I used to be an extrovert, right? Now I am an ambivert. So I am talkative. I am. I can't
I
deny
see.
that, right? But the thing is, now I love to vibe with people with whom my mindset or I find them like minded. I don't spend time and energy with people who are having an opposite energy of mine, like spending your time in negativity,
Mm,
gossips, like pulling these things, because now I think we are not at that stage
true.
where we should involve ourselves into it. So I think that like mindedness should matters for me.
So high story match. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, last I'm going to ask you some more certain amount of questions. Then after we'll just conclude our session. So
Yes,
basically,
please.
just tell me, why do many students have degrees but still lack confidence while speaking? Degrees doesn't matter.
Uh, See it again. I don't know
Actually,
why
the
your
question
voice
is
is
that
low. Yeah.
yeah, why do many people or many students have proper degrees? Okay, whatever it is, English literature or whatever it is, but still lack in confidence. Why?
See, I was the perfect example. I can't say I am, I was, because as I mentioned, my background is completely chartered
Mm,
accountancy, finance. So when I started my journey, I was a very confident girl during my school days. When I went for this super
mm,
prestigious and high level degree, that's chartered accountancy, I kept studying, 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 but my soft skills were not being groomed, right? I was only
mm.
confined to four walls studying for the whole day. There was no training with regard to communication. And eventually it faded and I became totally underconfident. So the problem is not with the students or people who go for such things, but I think it's not there in the curriculum. It's not the kind of training they get in their schools and colleges, and that's how they stop giving importance to it. Later, when they join a job or in the later stage of their life, they realize that they
Realize
have
it. That's correct.
lagged a major part, uh, and this is the need. This is what they realize later.
And then they feel actually regret. They feel like it's become late.
Yes,
But
yes,
I just try, even have one more thing. Like some plenty amount of my students who were quite, I would say, in their 40s, in their 50s. So basically, they highlight one point, which is I am quite older and maybe I'm very late right now to learn this language. So I feel demotivated. So at that moment, I just try to convince them with one example. See, now you are in your 40s, no matter what, you have a lot of friends, right? Some of them, they are doing really great job, they're speaking really well. Some of them, they're not. Some of them, they even not get, they didn't get proper job, so they're struggling in their life. Whoever you are, wherever you are exactly perfect, so keep continuing. That's a simple one.
simple. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And great thought. Okay,
Okay, so the
amazing.
next question I am going to ask you, so why do parents and teachers unknowingly damage a child's confidence sometimes?
Most of the time. Most of the time. I don't want to point out parents specifically over here, but yeah, they think they are protecting their child. They think they are giving the best of upbringing to their child, but somehow they never know how they instill fear in them or how they instill this sense of inferiority in them by doing unnecessary comparisons, by not providing them to exactly what is good for them. I have seen something around me, Ashim, and I would like to share because I see many parents around me. Suppose if a child is interested in skating, okay, but you see that all his friends are going for cricket academy. You say, no, no, no. Since all of them are going for cricket academy, you have to join that. Else, parents feel
Peer pressure.
left out and peer pressure. Same thing happens when you, and just like that, you start damaging confidence, personality of your child. When you just not try to understand their personality, you just try to impose someone else's personality on them. So I think eventually this is done by teachers also. They keep comparing, they keep giving unnecessary examples, and they treat them so inferior that this, you know, this affects their mentality a lot. Children's mentality. This
That
is
is
what I.
really, and that is happening in India, especially. I don't know about other ethnic group of people's culture, the education system, and how exactly they approach as a trainer, as a teacher. But India, it's absolutely true. They always judge after seeing the mark. Actually, the report card, which is completely wrong.
Totally,
Yeah.
totally. Yes.
So the
And now I think,
last,
okay,
yeah, yeah. Go
yes,
ahead,
there
go
is a
ahead, go
last question.
ahead.
Yes,
Go
please go ahead. Now I think
ahead.
the battery sign is giving me the warning. That's the reason I
Oh,
asked.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, the last question that I'm going to ask you, that is, if someone listening today feels invisible and unheard, where should they begin?
Where they should begin. Begin with yourself. Don't wait for the right
Yes,
person, right time. Just begin with yourself. Ashim, what I have learned, if you don't stand for yourself, no one is going to stand for
exactly.
you on behalf of you. First, work on yourself, work with yourself. The theory of self love, I used to say it. Why people talk about self love, this is being overhyped. But now I understand what self love is. Just work on yourself. Start with yourself. Don't wait for the right person, maybe a friend, teacher, or someone. They'll come like an angel. Yes, they'll come someday, but at least begin with yourself. Train yourself first. So that's something that I would like to give this message.
And yeah, because you are responsible for your life. No one is responsible, and
No
that is
one
the
is.
harsh truth, and you have to accept it. Live with the reality and enjoy the process and keep continuing. Move on, whatever. Let it be. So thank you so much, ma'am, for giving your precious time. And I think so this conversation is really an insightful session for the audience. And they will get to know so many new information from this conversation podcast. And I'm so grateful for your consideration. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much, Hashim, for having me.
Okay.
I look forward to many more.
Yeah, so thank you so much. Bye.
Thanks
Have a
a lot.
pleasant day.
Have a great day. Thank you.